Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all the wildcard match of the NGDL, which my opponent for this battle is going to be Toronto Pure once again, which is really annoying. Like, what the fuck, seriously. I had to battle this guy like a total of 4 times already, which is actually ridiculous because that's literally the amount of times I battled him outside of the league, honestly. So for me to have to battle him 4 times in this league as well, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. But whatever. And see, this is why I didn't like the whole idea of the Killer Nacho making the playoffs so that 8 players can make it in, because now people like Toronto are part of it, and as a result now I have to battle him a 4th freaking time, because I already had to battle him 3 times prior. I had to battle him once as a stand-in, then twice for being my divisional rival, and now once because he makes it to playoffs, because now the playoffs is for 8 players and not 4 like it usually is. But whatever. Anyways, aside from the Killer Nacho making the playoffs for 8 players to join, or to make it basically, he also made it so that we can also draft 2 more mons aside from what we already drafted. And among those 2 mons that I drafted were Kartana and Roserade. I thought I was gonna be able to use Roserade against Toronto here, but I kind of looked at his team a little bit and I figured, nah, maybe. Like, I feel like what I can do with Roserade is going to be way too risky, that I don't think I'll be able to pull it off, because with Toronto Pure, I have to freaking, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to play against Toronto Pure, which is why I was discouraged to bring Roserade, and I felt like Roserade was just not going to cut it. Like, I just thought I could, and then I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't afterwards, so I didn't bring it, as you can see on this team. I did bring Kartana, though, because I did come up with a little trick that I can actually, against this guy. And then I also brought Sylveon, which also is carrying something different on its. It's not something you'll usually see on a Sylveon, honestly, but for draft format you kind of have to bring it if you really need it, that is. But yeah, and I did bring Credilli because Toronto Pure actually drafted 2 electric mons. I think one of them he took from his one of his divisional rivals, which was Sam the Man, and that is the Thunderous T. And then he drafted Mega Ampharos for himself. So in other words, he's not even going to bring Mega Lopunny, which is actually kind of good, because that Mega Lopunny, the only thing it really needs to do is find a positive matchup and then just go for high jump kick and hit something really hard. Because if you look at my team, not a whole lot switches into Mega Lopunny, honestly. So I'm actually kind of glad he didn't bring that, honestly. I did kind of prepare hard for Mega Lopunny a little bit, but I don't feel like, looking at this team, it doesn't look like I would fare as badly as I would had he brought Mega Lopunny. But yeah, and then there's Honchkrow just to hit hard as usual. Like, my plan is literally to hit as hard as possible and maybe throw him off for a few loops, because honestly this guy is having it way too easy, and I think because his options are very simple, it's easy for him to predict a lot of my movements, as opposed to for me, I have to make a lot of risky plays and he can see them coming because of how much advantage he has with such easy to use mons such as Blissey, Toxapex, and even Ditto. So yeah. But anyways, this is going to be the battle. He's going to lead off with Ampharos, which is the Mega. I'm going to lead off with Credilli, because I anticipated an electrical lead, honestly. And this thing is like the only thing that can take a hit, honestly. I think here, though, I go for Recover with Credilli, because I was anticipating this Ampharos to carry Focus Blast or something for my Credilli. But he just goes for Volt Switch, which is honestly fine. Like, looking at his team, he doesn't really have anything to... He doesn't have like a direct switch in the Credilli if I were to carry something like a Rock Move or even Giga Drain. So, but I went for Recover because, like I said, a Mega Ampharos has very high special attack stat and it can carry Focus Blast. So here I switch out because he goes into Toxapex, and what I wanted to do was actually get my spikes up now, since he switched this thing in now. And he actually goes for Toxic, predicting me to bring something that isn't Skarmory, I'm guessing. And now he's gonna go into Flygon, which is... yeah, I just go for spikes, and I know this thing can carry Defog if he wants to, could go for it. And I'm just gonna switch out into Credilli once again. If he goes for Defog, that's fine, because this Credilli also has Stealth Rock. So if he goes for Defog and then tries to switch out, I'll just be able to get the Defog. I mean the Stealth Rocks after getting rid of my spikes, which he does right here, going via Defog. And now I'm gonna go for Stealth Rocks. He's gonna switch out and go into Toxapex. I thought he was gonna U-turn. That's another thing I wanted to see if he carried. If he carried U-turn, would he U-turn my Credilli? But he doesn't carry it, it seems. He has Defog, and that's like the only move I saw right there. So here I'm gonna be forced to switch out, and I'm gonna go into Skarmory once again, just to basically repeat the same thing. Just go for spikes again, predicting him to bring that. Go for Toxic or just try to do something else. Here he's going to go back into Flygon, and I'm going to get my spikes up. And this is fine, honestly, because what I'm going to do here is actually Whirlwind instead of going for spikes. Because, honestly, I kind of had a feeling he'd bring back this Flygon. And here I phased him in the Ditto, which at first I thought was actually kind of a good thing, just because Skarmory can't really do much to my team. But then I kind of got scared for a second and thought he can just try to go for 3 layers of spikes of his own while I try to get my spikes up. I did wanted to risk it, so I just decided to go for the spikes here. And he does switch out, so thankfully he switched out, because if he stayed in going for the spikes, that probably could have been bad, honestly. But he is going to switch back into Flygon, which in the last battle, he actually did have Flamethrower, so I was afraid of him having it again. So I hard switch into Gallade to take the Flamethrower. He does go for Defog instead, getting rid of the spikes and the rocks that I got up on the field. And here, I kind of misplay here. I go for a Zen Headbutt because I thought he was going to switch into Toxapex, honestly. Just because this guy, what he likes to do is just switch into one of his fat Mons. I know this Mon can actually, this Gallade can actually handle both of them. So it's kind of hard for me to just want to, it's kind of hard for him to want to switch any of those two in. So maybe that's why he stayed in. But I personally thought he was going to switch out, honestly. Because that's how what I'm used to seeing him do most of the time, just switching into one of those two. So that was a misplay on my part. And then here I decided to switch into Honchkrow, risking the possible Outrage. Because what I wanted to do was actually go for a, I wanted to predict him going for Earthquake again. And thankfully he did, because he could have gone for anything else, honestly. And then here, instead of going for Sucker Punch, I just go for the Brave Bird with Honchkrow, because I was anticipating maybe the Roost, because he did go for it last time. So I figured, let's see, will he have it again? He did have it again, and as a result I was able to take out this annoying ass Flygon, because that thing was actually also annoying, because it had a Rocky Helmet, which only discourages me from going for physical moves, especially with the Honchkrow, because Honchkrow, like, it takes a lot of recoil just from Brave Bird and then Life Orb and then Rocky Helmet. It's like, damn. Here he goes into Ampharos, trying to scare me away because I got +2 with Honchkrow, but I'm actually just going to go for the Sucker Punch. And look how much damage I did to Ampharos, just half, with +1. I was hoping it would do a lot more than that, honestly, but Mega Amphros at least, they're usually bulky, honestly. But either way, he takes out my Honchkrow after going for Volt Switch and now goes into Thundurus. Now here was where I kind of wanted to see if he now goes for a Focus Blast or even Superpower, honestly, because I know these things can also get Superpower. But he actually doesn't go for it. He actually Volt Switches again and goes into Blissey, which it's annoying. But he hasn't switched it in yet. It's just annoying to see, honestly. I go for Rock Slide hoping he would stay in or try to go for Focus Blast, like I said. So yeah, I just went on a Rock Slide on a Blissey, which it kind of doesn't amount, honestly, despite this thing not being invested in any attack whatsoever. But I guess it's because it's stab and whatnot. But still, I'm going to go into Gallade here now, because I anticipated him to either go for a Soft Boil or Stealth Rocks. I was just hoping he wouldn't go for Toxic, honestly, though, because what I wanted to do was just get some leftovers recovery as I switch in as well, while he tries to go for something that isn't Toxic or Seismic Toss. So here I'm in a very good position now. Now I have to force him to switch out. I went for Drain Punch because I honestly thought he would stay in, honestly. Because, I don't know. There's times when this guy actually just does stay in, and it's really, really annoying to see that he just stays in when I try to go for a prediction. But here he just switched out and went into Thundurus to take the Drain Punch. Like, had I gone for Zen Headbutt, I would have still had to 2-hit KO it, I think. So, I guess it wasn't that big of a deal. And I do get some HP back in the process, keeping my Gallade relatively healthy, especially after that freaking Flygon went for an Earthquake. Now here I hard switch into Cradily, and I thought he was going to go for a fighting move now, but he actually just went for a Flyinium Z, which is actually surprising. I honestly don't know what flying moves this thing can carry. Does it, unless it's carrying Fly or something? Like, I don't know what other flying moves it can carry for Cradily. So this was actually, this threw me off a little bit. I honestly thought it would carry Fightinium Z, honestly, because I didn't see any Life Orb or leftovers on this thing, so yeah. And I felt like Fightinium Z would have been more logical, but I guess it was because if I switch into something like Sylveon, it would have been a big deal. Here I switch into Sylveon now because I wanted to see if he now goes for the fighting move, but he actually doesn't. He just goes for Volt Switch again. So I'm like right now not even seeing any fighting move on this Thundurus like I was afraid it would have, honestly. Here he's going to go into Blissey on the Volt Switch though, which is actually kind of annoying because my Sylveon can't really do much to this. However, I am going to do something right here, and I'm actually going to go for Wish here. You're going to find out why right now. He's going to go for Seismic Toss, and yeah, that shit's really, really annoying. I hate Seismic Toss because it actually does a lot of damage. But as you can see here, my Sylveon actually does have Q-Charm, and as a result, this thing is now infatuated. And the reason why I carried Q-Charm was on the off chance that his Blissey once again remains female, so if it did, I can actually get it so that it actually falls in love and actually have a 50-50 chance of this thing not doing any more seismic tosses. Because the reason why I changed Pixelate my Sylveon to Q-Charm was because this Blissey, the one thing that pissed me off about Blissey was that it never wanted to fucking switch out. Well, now he's forced to switch out because I actually now want to start setting up in its face without this thing trying to think that it can just stay around here doing nothing but seismic tossing. He's going to switch into Toxapex, and that's fine because right now I actually am being able to set up with Sylveon. He does go for Toxic, which right now is not bothering me either because, like I said, I do have the Healing Wish. Well, I didn't say, but I do have the Healing Wish on the Sylveon. I have Wish and Heal Bell on the Sylveon. And believe it or not, this is actually kind of a hard set to make work because you kind of have to hope that that you're not put in a position where you're forced to Heal Bell and then a Wish, or if you if you do it the wrong way, you might actually mess yourself up and then you'll just get taken out regardless because you don't have Protect to actually get the Wish when you want it, or the Heal Bell whenever you feel like you're healthy enough to take a hit and then go for it. Here he's gonna go for Blissey and I go for a Wish. I still remain Toxic. I don't reveal Heal Bell just yet. I think it's right here when he goes for the Seismic Toss that after I go for Wish. I was just hoping for the Q-Charm to activate again because he keeps going for Seismic Tosses. Here I just go for the I think it's right here where I go for the Heal Bell now. Cause yeah, I wanted to get rid of this poison. I guess he thought he can just send in Ampharos to just finish me off with a Volt Switch. But surprise, fool! I got this Heal Bell. So as a result, you're not gonna just Toxic Stall me again. Cause god damn it, that shit was really annoying. And now here, he's going to switch out Ampharos now and go back into Blissey because he now sees that I have the Heal Bell, and if I wanted to, I can just freaking set up in his face all day. However, of course, like I said, if I mess up, if I Heal Wish when I shouldn't and Wish when I shouldn't, I can get put in a position where I actually made a mistake and actually will be in range to be taken out. So I had to play this set really carefully, obviously. So making this Sylveon set was actually not easy at all, and I actually had to look at his team multiple times just to actually get an idea of how I'm going to use it, honestly. Here he goes for Blissey, and that's fine. I think here I went for a Wish. I don't even remember anymore. But, yeah. Here I go for Calm Minds because I want to set up to, like, maybe +4 or +5 just so I can do damage to anything that switches in. He's just going to keep going for Seismic Tosses, which I'm going to hope he doesn't, or I'm going to hope he gets the Q-Charm eventually. I'm going to keep going for Wishes until he actually does get Q-Charm again because, like I said, that's the only way this dumbass Blissey is going to switch out because, honestly, like I said, this Blissey just never fucking switches out. It just keeps going for the damn Seismic Toss. So here I'm just going to keep going for more Calm Minds, and here I'm just going to hope he actually goes for the, or he gets Infatuated again. And if he doesn't, well, oh well. As you can see, my Sylveon also doesn't carry any leftovers, and the reason why is because the Sylveon is actually carrying the Psyche MZ for stored power. I wanted to see if it actually works very well after it's been set up and whatnot. But I wasn't sure, honestly. Here I'm gonna go for another Wish because, like I said, I'm gonna keep going for Wishes until this thing like doesn't attack. And then he went into Thunder switching out because he notices that it's gonna eventually get to him. He Volt Switches again, and now I think goes back into Blissey. And here I think I decide to go for the stored power just to get some damage for once. And look at that damage. This is the one part where I got the biggest pleasure ever. I was like, eat this shit, bitch. Because seriously, this Blissey was like the most annoying ass shit ever. Never freaking switches out unless I do something. And that was always annoying from this Blissey. So seeing this thing take a shit ton of damage was like probably the best thing ever in this battle. However, here comes this annoying piece of shit again. That is Ditto. And it's gonna freaking trace my Sylveon's +5, I think it was. And then here I make a dumbass mistake. I go for Wish thinking I can maybe take the stored power, but I completely forgot that while I do have my Spadef boosted, it also boosts stored power. Like, the power is boosted significantly just due to the setup alone. So as a result, I just lose Sylveon, which is stupid. Now here I thought I lost because here I go into Kartana hoping that he'd actually switch out because I actually don't have Smart Strike on this Kartana. I actually had Leaf Blade and what's it called? Cycle Cut, yeah, for this stupid ass Toxapex. And here I just go for Leaf Blade hoping I can take it out if he chooses to stay in, because if it doesn't take it out with Leaf Blade, I could be screwed. I'm just banking on the fact that Ditto doesn't have the best HP, honestly, to be able to take it out. But yeah, here I switch out now because he went into Toxapex, and looking at the damage, it doesn't really do a lot. And plus that thing has Rocket Helmet, so he could just recover spam me, and I didn't want that, honestly. So I go into Skarmory. He's actually going to switch out, and I'm going to go for Brave Bird just to see if he wants to do anything else. But he doesn't. He just goes back into Ampharos. And here, this thing I'm just going to switch into Cradily, even though if this thing has Focus Blast, I could be in a bit of a pickle. But I think he just goes for Volt Switch, predicting me to switch out, honestly. So that's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, here I'm gonna go, he's gonna go for Volt Switch, and he's gonna go, I think, into Toxapex again. I don't remember, honestly. No, actually I think he goes into Thundurus. Yeah, he's gonna go into Thundurus, and here for some odd ass reason he doesn't go for a poison type move like Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball. He goes for the resisted Thunderbolt here, which is kind of weird. He could have gone for anything other than Thunderbolt, in all honesty. Unless this guy was just trying to go easy on me, because he honestly wouldn't surprise me, because at this point, I don't know if he even knows that I get pissed when I battle this guy, honestly, for being annoying and whatnot. But if he's going on easy on me, I'm going to feel a little bit, like, disappointed in myself, honestly. But whatever. He's going to go for Volt Switch, and I think going back into Toxapex, yeah. I think here I just keep going for recovers. No, I just go for Stealth Rocks, because he keeps switching out, and getting these rocks up could be actually really, really useful. Especially for this Toxapex that comes in every time with that Regenerator ability. I can deplete its HP much quicker and put it in range for one of my offensive mons like Kartana to take it out. So here I go into Skarmory to try to set up the spikes again. He actually goes for the Hidden Power Fire, so he actually runs Hidden Power Fire on this Toxapex, which is actually kind of ridiculous. It does quite an amount due to that stupid ass crit. Like, why the hell is Toronto up here getting all the RNG in the world right now? Seriously. But I go for Roost anyway. I was going to go for it even if he didn't get that crit, honestly, just to keep my Skarmory relatively healthy. In fact, I think here I go for another one, just because, like I said, that damage was... it's not a lot if you look at it, but, I mean, there's that chance I get critted, honestly. So I just kept going for it until I'm full HP. And now here, I think, is when I start to set up the spikes, because I honestly felt like I needed these. Because if I can get all 3 layers of spikes up, now that his Flygon is gone and can no longer just simply defog them anymore, I'd be in a much better position now to actually just start running through his team, whatever is affected by spikes and the rocks. Here he's gonna go into Ditto. Now this is actually an interesting play. I honestly don't know why he hard switched in Ditto. Like I was honestly expecting him to hard switch into the Ditto when I was setting up Calm Minds with Sylveon, but he never actually did that. Here I'm gonna go for the Roost and just keep my Skarmory healthy as usual. And then here, I think I tried to Whirlwind him myself, but he actually prioritized my Whirlwind because he's faster thanks to that stupid-ass Choice Scarf that he carries. And he's going to phase me into Cradily, which, because I know it's Scarfed, I was just going to go for Recover here with Cradily. I'm not going to try to attack it because I honestly don't think it's worth it, honestly. So I just go for Recover here, keep my Cradily healthy, and he just stays in and goes for another Whirlwind, which is, once again, fine with me because now my Cradily is healthy, my Skarmory is healthy, and now my walls are healthy, so I don't have to worry about that any of his stupid mons doing too much damage or putting me in range of being KO'd, basically. Now here he phases me into Kartana. Now here what I wanted to do now was just go for Leaf Blades, because now I got a layer of spikes up and a layer of rocks up. So this Toxapex is taking quite an amount of hazards damage, and now with this Leaf Blade, looking at the damage here, it looks like it may be a 2-hit KO, maybe, but I could be wrong, honestly. Either way, I stay in trying to risk the possible chance that it'll just recover. But I just wanted to see if I can actually KO it right here, because I wanted to just end this right now, honestly. It does not KO, and in fact, he goes for the, he actually switches out after going for Baneful Bunker to see if I would try to go for it again or try to overpredict him, but I don't. I just keep staying in and going for Leaf Blades. And he didn't have Recover, he didn't have Black Sludge this time. I think it's that Rocky Helmet, obviously. And as a result, he's not going to get any recovery, so any damage that he gets is only going to be via Regenerator. Here, as you can see, he's going to sack the Mega Ampharos, which is good for me because now that's another mon out of the way. And now here he's gonna go into Ditto, and now this I actually anticipated because this is Toronto Pure in a nutshell. Always send in Ditto after I take out one of his mons because it has a lot of power. Well, here what I'm gonna do is switch out and go into Skarmory. Why? Because even though this thing is at +2, he cannot really hit me with anything because this Kartana that I carry actually has Vacuum Wave, which is a special attacking move, which is not Kartana's best offensive stat. It's actually the worst. So yeah, as a result, it does nothing to Skarmory. And I actually made it so that it has 0 Ivy, so that even that can't do any damage, honestly. Yeah, because I knew that Toronto Pure was going to bring that stupid-ass Ditto because this guy likes to play in a brain-dead fashion, and it's really, really annoying. So yeah, I actually ran that with that shit. So yeah, now here I went into Skarmory. I think he switched out and then went into Thundurus. I just switched into Cradily because he still hasn't gone for that Focus Blast that I was expecting from this thing a long time ago. And he just keeps going for Volt Switch, which is fine with me because it's not going to be able to do anything with my Cradily if he doesn't go for it. Here he's going to go into Toxapex, and now here I decide to, I think, switch out because, I mean, my Cradily, I don't want it to get toxic just yet. I think I try to switch into, what's it called, Skarmory once again. No, I switched into Gallade because I think what I was anticipating here was maybe a Baneful Bunker. But he actually or Hidden Power predicting my Skarmory, I think it was. I don't remember what I was predicting here, but I was predicting him to not go for Poison Jab here. Like I think he might have had. I don't remember if that was even the moveset. But he does have Baneful Bunker, which is actually scary. But here I just go for Zen Headbutt because I was kind of thinking he'll probably try to recover if I try to set up in his face or something, or if I try to just attack, or if I predict him to do something else, basically. So I just went for Zen Headbutt. He went for Baneful Bunker, which I was kind of hoping he wouldn't go for it, but he did go for it. But at this point, thanks to the fact that I got all these hazards up now, I can actually start KOing things. And one of the things I wanted to get rid of really badly right now was the Thundurus, because the Thundurus can kind of put a dent through my entire team if I lose Cradily, because my Cradily can't really do much to Toxapex right now. But it can definitely take the Thundurus very well. So, yeah. Now he's going to go back into this Ditto. Now here's kind of where the moment of truth happens. I need to see if I can actually KO this thing with my Drain Punch. Because if I do, I'd be in a good position because now my Kartana can just come in and late game sweep. So if I lose Gallade, that is. Thankfully I don't, and I guess this is really good for me because, I mean, now I can retaliate with my own Drain Punch. And I knew he was going to have to lock himself in the Drain Punch and not Zen Headbutt because what's he going to do to Kartana? Nothing. So yeah. I was actually perfectly safe going for Drain Punch. I just got to hope it KO. And it did thanks to the fact that Ditto's defense is very bad, and as well as the HP. The HP, yeah. The HP because it can't trace the HP. And I did invest HP on this Gallade too because it doesn't outspeed anything that that has less base speed basically than the rest of his team basically. So here he's just gonna finally go into Toxapex, which is his last mon. He goes for Baneful Bunker just to see if he can like KO my Gallade with poison. I go for Zen Headbutt. Thanks to the leftovers, I do not die to this freaking poison. So as a result, I'm actually able to get the Zen Headbutt here and finally just take out this thing after he tries to go for a second Baneful Bunker. I'm like, good, don't get that second Baneful Bunker, you freaking whatever. Like seriously. But yeah, I'm gonna finally take out this Toxapex and lose Gallade at the same time, but it's all good honestly, because honestly, I finally freaking beat this annoying dude, honestly. Like, what can I say? This guy's only annoying. Like, really annoying. Like, this game was just so damn annoying that it just felt really good to just finally take this annoying team out of here. I did not want to see this team win the freaking NGDL, honestly, because this team was super annoying. This is one of the things that I'm actually really surprised is that this guy even got any losses in the NGDL. Like, I don't even know how on earth he even lost to anybody. I honestly figured that if I couldn't beat him, how would anybody else beat him? Because honestly, his team was annoying. Like, unless everybody's just more patient than I am, and as a result they're able to play around his stuff more easily, but I sure as hell couldn't. So I'm actually surprised. And by the way, shoutouts to the guy who in my division that actually beat Toronto Pier twice, and that is the Venom Within. And the reason why I'm giving him the shoutout is because honestly, I honestly don't know if my opponent, his replacement Fat Jesus, would have been able to handle him. And if he wouldn't, Toronto Pier would have been #1 in our division basically. But because he lost to Venom twice, somehow, I don't even know how he beats him, because I think his draft doesn't match up well with Toronto's draft. I think Toronto's is like the most broken draft ever, honestly, in my opinion. But yeah, and yeah, so but because he lost him somehow, we're like tied in terms of records in our division basically. Like, we're both 4-2. So yeah, either way, that's gonna be the whole game. The Sylmar Sylveons actually win this, which is actually very surprising, because I honestly thought I was gonna lose. This is why I was angry when I went into this battle, because freaking the snack puts Toronto Pier to face me like multiple times, and honestly I just don't want to face this guy of all people. I would have much rather faced Untraceable Strain than any other person, than this guy basically. But yeah, Bottom line is that, yeah, I won, so now I'm going to be able to move on to the semifinals. But damn, this battle was so long and so annoying. I'll say good game just because, I mean, yeah, just good game, but whatever. Still, thank you all for watching this battle. Sorry if I ramble once again. It's because, like I said, this team is just so annoying that every time I have to remember this, I just get angry because it's ridiculous how annoying this team is. You see, like, I can't even talk, honestly. In fact, I think I sounded slurred all throughout the battle, but I honestly don't care about the quality of this video, honestly, because I'm just facing, like, one of the most annoying people ever. In fact, this guy alone is probably the reason I might not even return for the second season of the NGDL if there ever is one, so I apologize to anyone who's disappointed to hear that, but honestly, like I said, I just can't stand this guy, honestly. And I'll probably end up ripping my hair off if I have to deal with him again another 4 freaking times like I did here. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next battle, so yeah, later.